Japanese giant car manufacturer Mazda has come a long way. The progression has been impressive, from producing the 1931 Mazda Go three-wheel truck and the 1966 Mazda Luco executive car to the modern Mazda RX-9 sports car and the Mazda MX5 Miata. What I like most about Mazda is its willingness to reinvent. They are constantly developing something new and better and rarely disappoint with any of their releases. So far, Mazda has lined up some exciting models, some to replace existing ones and others to continue successful models. Mark you, I'm not talking about 2024 or 2025, but 2026. Yes, you got that right. Mazda is already lining up models for 2026. We expect some of them to hit the market as early as 2025. Let's get straight into the top 6 models that will surely shock the entire car industry. In number 6, 2026 Mazda EZ6. Rumors have it that Mazda won't make the enviable cozy Mazda CX sedan beyond 2025. According to currentdriver.com, Mazda plans to replace it with a new electrified version for the Chinese market called the Mazda EZ6. In fact, Mazda mentioned in its most recent press release that it was going to launch the Mazda EZ6 and Mazda Arata, which I'll cover later, on its China EV lineup, and that just got everyone excited. While the exact date of the sleeker sedan isn't precise, different sources suggest that the first model will be a 2026 edition, whose production has already begun, but it's more likely to hit the market sometime in 2025. That said, there is a lot to excite the Mazda 6 universe, given that the EZ6 will replace it. First, we're talking about a reincarnated electric version of the Mazda 6 with a remarkable 370-mile electric drive range. The other remarkable thing is that Mazda will also offer a plug-in hybrid variety of the EZ6, whose driving range, according to current driver, will be an unbelievable 620 miles. Regarding the bodywork, the Mazda EZ6 looks sleeker with a more purposeful stance, square-off grille, and more extended, thinner headlights. There is a retractable wing above its LED taillight to improve its speed and stability. Compared to the current Mazda 6, the Mazda EZ6 appears about an inch longer. In number 5, 2026 Mazda Arata. As I mentioned, Mazda announced in the press release its plan to release the already discussed EZ6 sedan and the new Mazda Arata. The Arata is an all-electric SUV that many believe is the successor of the iconic Mazda CX-5. According to currentdriver.com, the production of the Mazda Arata EV will kick off at the end of 2025, so we expect its release in 2026. Exteriorly, the Mazda Arata looks as handsome, if not more handsome, as the model it's replacing. It's sleeker and bolder, characterized by slim headlights, a slanted pillar, and a blanked-off grille. An equally sharper interior complements its sharper exterior. Mazda employs the Kodo design language to give the Arata a more soulful, futuristic appeal. Thicker doors characterize its side profile, and its 4 tires have unique 3-dimensional configurations that offer them more traction and power, which is typical of the Kodo design. As expected of every Mazda car that employs Kodo design, the wings overlap and air tunnels are arranged to give the body an aerodynamic advantage. It's quite a shame that, like its sibling, the Mazda EZ6, the Mazda Arata may not arrive in North America. Overall, Mazda Arata is intended to appeal to Chinese consumers with a more sophisticated taste. Number 4, 2026 Mazda 3. Following the release of the 2024 Mazda 3 sedan as a 6th edition of its 4th generation, we expect Mazda to continue the model in 2025 and 2026. Of course, this model will carry over with a few updates, but we will also see a few add-ons. This sedan will be fully redesigned in 2026 and adopt a new premium look. Mazda will include a few sporty touches, making it appear like a modern, compact SUV from afar. we expect Mazda to offer it in hatchback and sedan body styles like the current model. Moreover, we anticipate a high-end look with premium touches and numerous upscale materials in this interior. Its cabin space will also receive a new cozy look, and we expect the manufacturer to introduce new car tech. The goal is to give the sedan an upscale look. From what we can tell, that's what consumers will get. With the current Mazda 3 featuring an 8.8-inch display, we expect a much larger infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as simulations. Of course, we expect Mazda to feature its latest infotainment system, which features a larger display and a premium multi-speaker audio system. Under the hood, we expect Mazda to feature a standard 2-liter 4-cylinder engine 191 horsepower engine with an optional 2.5-liter cylinder 250 horsepower turbocharged engine. As for the pricing, CarsDirect.com estimates it to be around $25,335 to $36,615 depending on the trim. Wait a minute, I know you are enjoying this video. What about you giving me a thumbs up by liking it, then subscribing and hitting that notification bell for the latest epic videos? Let's continue. Number 3. 2026 Mazda CX80. Mazda has just announced the release of its first ever 3-row crossover SUV in Europe, Mazda CX80. We expect Mazda to continue this fantastic midsize SUV in 2025 and 2026, and it should even get fancier in 2026. According to Mazda, the CX80 is a graceful driving SUV, which speaks volumes about its imposing presence and powerful driving performance. Mazda mentions the term Jinba in Thai, which means the car and the driver are one. It's one of those vehicles that feels like a part of you once you sit behind the steering wheel. Mazda employs the graceful toughness design concept to meticulously display a sense of toughness typical of SUVs and, more importantly, an elegant appeal. The European version features 2 powertrain options. First is the eSky Active PHEV, a powerful plug-in hybrid with a 2.5-liter inline-4 gasoline engine. Second is the eSky Active D, which features a 3.3-liter inline 6-cylinder diesel engine with an M hybrid boost. Both powertrains are powerful and promise a fun driving experience. We expect the 2026 Mazda CX80 to feature top-tier driver assistance technologies like cruising and traffic support with unresponsive driver support. This technology helps mitigate damage due to careless or unresponsive driving. Number 2. 2026 Mazda RX-9. According to hotcars.com, Mazda plans to release the RX-9 sports car in 2026, and this will see it succeed the RX-8, discontinued in 2012, and RX-7, whose last production goes back to 2002. So, we will look at an almost entirely new sports car once the 2026 Mazda RX-9 launches. Regarding configuration layout, which coincides with Mazda's RX Vision concept developed in 2015, hotcars.com suggests the possibility of 2 powertrains. First is the RX Vision GT3 concept powertrain, characterized by a 2.6-liter naturally aspirated 4-rotor Sky Active R engine with a pack of 562 horsepower and 398 pound-feet. Overall, Sky Active rotary engine technology facilitates faster combustion than conventional engines, which means more speed and punch. Second is the Mazda hybrid rotary engine, whose exact specs aren't clear. So, there is a chance that Mazda will offer a hybrid powertrain as an option for the RX-9 in 2026. We have to wait for that. The door style is another area where Mazda may offer multiple options. According to topspeed.com, we could see a 2-seat 2-door RX-9 first and later a 4-seat 4-door. But again, this is another thing we have to wait and see. In number 1. 2026 Mazda MX5 Miata. Considered a fierce rival of the Subaru BR2 and Toyota EZ6, The Mazda MX-5 Miata electric vehicle is expected to hit the market starting from 2025 for the year 2026. Of course, the MX-5 goes a while back, having been first produced in 1989 and later facelifted in 2023. The difference now is that the 2026 edition is electrified. According to motortrends.com, whether the next MX-5 Miata will be fully electric, a hybrid version, or a plug-in hybrid is unclear. Whatever the case, we expect more punch and speed than what we have experienced from past MX-5 models. According to motortrend.com, the 2026 MX-5 Miata's powertrain will be a collaboration effort between Mazda and Romco, and its battery will be produced by Envision AESC. Both Romco and AESC are highly reputable EV component manufacturers. Mazda is, however, looking for a developer who can bring down the platform's cost. If that happens, then Mazda MX-5 Miata will likely be more affordable. Overall, the MX-5 Miata is considered an affordable roadster. If Mazda decides to electrify it, that will be great for those who find modern electrified roadsters too expensive. Motortrend.com estimates the introduction price to be around $33,000, which, if you do your research, is a bargain for a roadster, especially an electrified one. Generally, we expect the 2026 MX-5 Miata to have a premium outlook, richer interior, and more driver-centered cockpit and infotainment. There you have it. Those are the top 6 new Mazda models that will surely shake the entire car industry in 2026. Here is another video on Mazda pickup trucks new 2025 models you'll enjoy watching. See you there.